The Young and the Restless, Victor's Rage, a dangerous game when Victor Newman gets angry. No one in his world can rest easy, and this time, that rage is directed at more than one person. A series of dark events is beginning to unfold, and it seems that those who are involved in his plans will soon find that they cannot escape the consequences. Especially Michael Baldwin, who is now caught between two worlds, loyalty to the Newman family and protecting his friendship with Diane Jenkins Abbott. But can that delicate balance last long in the face of Victor's impending wrath? Lauren Fenmore Baldwin. The Warner Lauren Fenmore Baldwin has always known what Victor Newman is capable of when provoked. She knows all too well his ruthlessness, as well as the limitless possibilities he can apply to achieve his goals. With Michael's renewed efforts to maintain his loyalty to both the Newman family and his friendship with Diane, Lauren cannot help but worry. She begins to hear alarm bells ringing in her head as she sees Michael continue to be drawn into Victor's schemes, especially his plans to target Jack Abbott and Jabot. Although Michael helps Victor execute a plan to sabotage Jack, he cannot help but feel conflicted. This action is not only a betrayal of Diane, but also a betrayal of his own values. Michael Baldwin, the thin line Michael Baldwin is the one in the middle. He cannot easily refuse the requests of Victor, a man he has worked with and owed many favors to. However, the tension within Michael is growing. How can he maintain his loyalty to Victor without sacrificing his integrity and friendship with Diane? Although Michael tries to maintain a neutral stance, trying to please Victor while protecting Diane, things seem to be getting out of hand. Michael knows that the more he gets involved in Victor's plans, the more he will face unforeseen consequences. Not only will he be held accountable to Victor, but he will also have to deal with Diane knowing how she will feel when she discovers he is helping her enemy. However, like anyone in Victor's world, staying in the middle can be a risky choice. The risks Michael is facing are not only the risk of losing Diane's favor, but also the wrath that is about to fall from Victor. Victor's Rage, a dangerous choice. Both Lauren and Michael know that Victor Newman is unpredictable. When he feels betrayed or when his plans are threatened, nothing is off limits. Victor's history has proven this time and time again, and those who dare to stand in his way must be prepared for dire consequences. Lauren, who has always asked Michael to look at things carefully, begins to worry deeply about his safety. She knows that Victor never hesitates to do cruel things to achieve his goals. A man like Victor will not hesitate to kill those who stand in his way. And in these moments, Michael is standing on a thin line, between his loyalty to Victor and his relationship with Diane. Lauren's sense of danger is becoming increasingly clear. She knows that Victor is not only physically dangerous, but also capable of inflicting deep psychological damage on those he no longer feels are needed or are a threat. Michael may have helped Victor achieve certain goals, but can he survive this rampage without paying a heavy price? Lauren warns Michael, is it too late? With all that was happening, Lauren decided not to keep quiet any longer. She would not let Michael continue playing the middleman game without knowing that the consequences would come very soon. Lauren began to warn Michael about the suspicious signs she noticed. As much as she tried to protect herself, Lauren could not help but notice that Michael was putting himself in a dangerous situation. Michael, you can't keep going like this, Lauren said with concern in her eyes. Victor doesn't forgive anyone who betrays him, and his wrath will come, and it won't be long before he is straddling these two worlds. Lauren couldn't help but worry. She knew what it felt like to witness Victor's wrath, and she didn't want Michael to have to face it. She knows that if Victor finds out that Michael is not completely loyal to her, nothing will stop his fury. Victor and a surprise for Nikki. Meanwhile, while Victor's anger is threatening everything, he has not forgotten his plans for the woman he loves, Nikki Newman. Besides making challenging moves on his enemies, Victor is planning a special surprise for Nikki, a meaningful gift that can change everything. But can this surprise help Victor to recover some of the tension he has caused his loved ones? Conclusion: Michael Baldwin is in an extremely dangerous situation. He not only has to face Victor's anger, but also the troubles from his friendship with Diane. Can Michael continue to walk this thin line without falling into the abyss, or will he have to choose between loyalty and protecting his friendship? And when Victor's wrath strikes, who will be the first to pay the price? These questions remain unanswered, but one thing is certain: Michael Baldwin's world will never be the same after everything is revealed. The Young and the Restless, Victor's plan and Billy and Phyllis's bad relationship. In the chaotic world of The Young and the Restless, things can change in an instant, and the romances and tense working relationships are reaching a boiling point. While there have been many events revolving around the power struggles and intrigues of the corporate world, sometimes the personal lives of the main characters take center stage. Two big stories are currently attracting viewers' attention. One is Victor Newman's efforts to please the woman he loves, Nikki, and the other is the growing tension between Billy Abbott and Phyllis Summers, which is pushing their relationship to a critical crossroads. Victor and Nikki's birthday plans. Victor Newman is a man who never takes things for granted, especially when it comes to the woman he loves. Nikki Newman has always been a big part of Victor's life, and he's not about to let an occasion like this pass by without doing something special. Nikki's birthday is approaching, and Victor can't let such an important occasion pass by without doing something special. Although Victor is usually known for his intrigues and elaborate plans at work, this time he'll have to do something completely different. Not some manipulative plot against his competitors or power struggles, but a meticulous preparation for a big birthday party for Nikki. This is an opportunity for Victor to show his love and care for her. And it's no surprise that this party won't be just any ordinary party. For someone like Victor, everything has to be perfectly organized, from choosing the venue, planning the menu in detail, to inviting the most important people in Nikki's life. This is not only a way for Victor to please her but also a way for him to reaffirm his position in Nikki's life. However, with his sophistication and intrigue, Victor will definitely not stop at just one party. He will probably create a big surprise for Nikki, which will make her feel extremely special and love him even more. And as we have seen from previous stories, Victor's plans always have unexpected and sudden elements, which only he can execute smoothly. Billy and Phyllis, tension rising while Victor is planning Nikki's birthday party. Another story is also taking place with no less tension: the relationship between Billy Abbott and Phyllis Summers. Their relationship is on the rocks, as Billy seems to be reaching his breaking point. Phyllis, with her intense obsession with Daniel Romalotti Jr. possibly getting a job at Abbott Communications, is starting to wear on Billy's nerves. Billy is not one to tolerate people who disrupt his life, and Phyllis is clearly a source of stress. While they used to be a strong team, Phyllis's recent decisions have caused problems. Her obsession with Daniel getting a job at Abbott has left Billy feeling insecure. He can't understand why Phyllis is so focused on something that doesn't directly concern them, especially when she's committed to a strong working relationship with Billy. However, when Phyllis constantly worries about Daniel, things start to go wrong. Billy made a prediction to Phyllis that if she continued like this, their relationship would soon end. He did not want to be caught up in unnecessary worries and warned Phyllis that she needed to change her approach. Billy felt that if Phyllis could not overcome her obsession with Daniel, their relationship would not survive. Phyllis's behavior was pushing Billy to the limit of his tolerance, and if she did not change, he would be forced to make a decision. This tension was not limited to their personal relationship, but also affected the work collaboration between Billy and Phyllis. Billy felt that Phyllis was not only disrupting his personal life, but was also affecting their work. With constant arguments about Daniel and unnecessary events, Billy felt that if he did not cut off the relationship, he would not be able to maintain focus on other important work. Phyllis, the stubborn woman Phyllis Summers, has always been a strong, determined character who never hesitates to go after what she wants. However, her stubbornness and sometimes obsessiveness about her personal issues have caused her to have difficulty in relationships. In this case, she cannot understand why Billy is upset with her concerns about Daniel. Although she has valid reasons to be concerned, Billy does not share this view and is increasingly tired of Phyllis's interference in his work. Phyllis does not accept defeat in this relationship easily. She feels she is right and does not want to give up. However, if she does not change her approach, the relationship will likely end painfully, and Billy will not hesitate to follow through with his decision to distance himself from her. Phyllis will have to face the fact that her actions may be pushing Billy further, and she will need to decide whether she can change. Conclusion: relationships on trial. The romances and personal relationships on The Young and the Restless are always full of drama. Victor is carrying out a beautiful plan for Nikki to please her, while Billy and Phyllis are at a crucial crossroads in their relationship. Regardless of the outcome, these events will keep viewers glued to the screen. A great birthday party or a broken relationship could happen, and all we can do is wait and see who will be the winner of this game.